Tell me when you want me to hit the start.
Great.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Break with Trail Youth. And this is our third series called Finding Happiness. I'm Trinity.
I'm Lydia.
I'm Alex.
I'm Delilah.
I'm Jacqueline.
And this is our episode of Finding Happiness. So, everyone has sad times, but what helps us find happiness? So, what was my time when I was going through something really rough is when I broke up with my ex in April, and it really took a huge toll on me, and I felt like I was a zombie and I was numb to like everything that was going on, and I just fell into a deep depression, and it was not fun. But what mainly helped me get out of that was my friends and my family, and my relationship with Jesus Christ, and writing poems, and writing my book that I'm working on, and that's what I've gone through. What is?
So my story, I guess, is I went through a pretty hard time physically with my health. I've been having really hard times. I've been getting really sick. I've been in pain a lot. Doctors never know really what to do or how to help me. They're always confused on everything, so it's really frustrating for me, and I'm confused with everything in general. But I guess what really made me happy was my family. They really supported me throughout the entire process. They were there when I was sick. They were there when emotionally I just needed help or whatever because of all of this going on. And ultimately, like she said too, my faith in God, just putting my faith in Him and my trust in Him that He would continue to protect me and love me and what. So yeah, that's what got through me.
And my story is when my parents a while ago divorced, and when I saw my dad like move out of the house and sleep on the couch and stuff, and that made me really sad for like the future of my family. And like what really helped me through that tough time was hanging out with like my best friend Will and writing like a book with him, like actually multiple books with him. And that's how I got through my tough times.
For me, my tough time was kind of just last year in general. The summer didn't start off great, and then my great-grandpa died, so I kind of went into a phase of depression. And then what didn't help after that is I had to have knee surgery. So, like, the main thing that made me happy then was softball, and it kind of just got taken away. So I had to find new things, which was challenging. But eventually, I found that I could, like, write or I could draw, and I could do all those things, and it helped make me happier. And then eventually, I was able to actually walk and use my knees again. And I would just walk and walk and walk, and then I started running. So it really just helped me to get my feelings out on paper, be able to write it and express it, and then actually be able to run and get off like all the steam and the stuff I carried.
My rough patch, I've like been stressed a lot with school and other things going on in my life, and kind of just like the pressure to do good in school and do good in whatever I'm doing outside of school, and that kind of like put me in like a slump, you could say. And one day I was just like, you know what, I need to get out of this. I can find ways to get out of this. So I bought a journal and I wrote goals, like goals that'll help me get out of this slump. And not only did I write these goals, I wrote like plans and pathways to help me check off these goals. And I have like these rules where like if I check off a goal, I need to write an explanation on why I think I can finally check off this goal. And so every day after school, I go in this journal and I write down my progress and how I'm getting closer and closer to this goal. So that's what's really helping me and getting me out of my slump.
Dude, I love that. This whole journal thing, I'm like, ooh, thinking right now, I should probably do that. Getting a journal and just writing things down. That's an awesome way to do it.
And writing totally helps. I feel like almost all of us have said that writing really helps.
Yeah, just getting your feelings and expressions out.
Like a hobby, I think.
Yeah. So, like, we're just 5 people. That's not all of the ways you can find happiness. There are plenty of other ways. I believe we have 7 episodes this series, and we really just went into, like, we picked, like, 7 things that other people find ways to make them happy. Yeah. So, these aren't just the only ways. If you listen into our podcast, there'll be more. And so, I don't know, how did you guys feel about making this series? I feel like this series really helped me.
Yeah, it was definitely exciting. I really like doing this because going through it, I not only got introduced to like other ways of happiness, finding it and stuff, but it really got me understanding like what actually got me through some of other things like hobbies, like with sports and writing, just like everybody else and stuff. But just ultimately going through and it's kind of like making me reprocess things in my mind and how I end up dealing with them and how I could deal with things in the future ultimately.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me. I didn't realize what I had actually done to get out of it, and I didn't realize that until I went back and I went through this series and did the podcast and actually thought about it again. So it was really interesting to think about how I actually got through it and to find new ways to go through stuff.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I interviewed somebody for my podcast, and listening to somebody else talk about what they're passionate about and talk about what they love and what they love doing, I feel like that kind of inspired me to like go into something else and find more ways to find more happiness. And I feel like you can never get enough of happiness. So I don't know, I think doing this series was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
And we also like this is our third series, so our last two series we were like just getting the hang of it, but now this series we decided to like do more things, add in more hooks, and like play around with new ways to make our podcast more interesting. I thought that was also super fun.
Yeah, I feel more excited now to go in and start new series and continuing doing everything right now. Like right now we're planning for some new stuff that we're going to be recording, which will be fun. But I'm excited to ultimately just jump right into it.
So this series made me realize that even though you go through tough times, you'll eventually just forget it and it will like kind of escape your mind. At least for me, because it took me kind of a while to like find something that like through my past that was like troubling, because I kind of like went through it and I actually like got tougher. So
So good.
is there anything else you guys would like to add?
No,
I think if you guys listen, then you'll
Get everything
just
you need
get
to know.
everything
Yeah.
you need to know.
just listen to us and we'll be there with you.
Okay, so that concludes our episode, our Facebook Live. Go on our Facebook, our Instagram, all our social medias, our website. Podcast comes out every Monday and Thursday, and yesterday was our first episode. So,
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
that's making me laugh.
She
Dude.
doesn't know how to close it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Again.
This happens.
I just turned the phone off.
It's still gonna be on.
It might still be on.
It's
wait.
still gonna be on.
Oh my god.
No, no.
If you were Kelly, I couldn't stop laughing at
This happens like
phone.
Yeah, it's still running. That's fun.
Hey guys. We're still getting the hang of it.
This is why the teenagers should be using the phone.